Street Fighter 6 FGC Community has actually given me a new YouTube video idea, and I've decided to fully embark on it. They actually wanted me to take into consideration about questions and answers. So pretty much I gave the community an opportunity to respond to a tweet on Twitter, basically posting what their biggest concern is pertaining to Street Fighter 6. So I'm gonna go ahead and go down each one, try my best to answer it. Starting off with nice, intelligent gamers. How important is it to you that everyone gets their archetype added to the game? I hate Balrog Dudley. I hate Balrog Dudley, but I would love to see a boxer type of character, even though I got no intention on playing them. Same for someone big like Abigail or even Bison. I want all the playstyles. You know what? As much as I don't really dabble into many archetypes when it comes down into fighting games, I would actually enjoy seeing every person get the character that they want. I personally hate Abigail, but if the next person wants that archetype, like the big body bruiser, big damage, slow walk speed, if somebody else wants that, then by all means, man, that's pretty important, because I feel like at the end of the day, if someone isn't enjoying the game and planning just to play it, they probably won't play it for long. But if they find a character that they actually vibe with, then they'll have more of an interest in playing that game. So it's very important. It's very important for somebody to have their archetype. So me personally, I like boxers. The next person might like rangers, zoners. Next person like grapplers. Next person like mages. Whatever, right? It's important. To me, it's very important. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and like that. Nagato. Do you think we will get more returning characters for season 2 or more new characters this time around? Oh, that's a good question. I feel like Street Fighter Capcom, they might introduce a little mix of both. Maybe we'll get 1 new character and 3 returning. Capcom definitely has a lot of new tricks up their sleeve, because I think Aiki, this is her first introduction to Street Fighter. Miss Patricia, in your opinion, is the MR point system an accurate showing of a person's skill level considering they are active player? Of course. Absolutely. Absolutely. I feel like the league points was a good way just to gather points just by playing ranked, similar to the points in Street Fighter 5, right? But with the MR system, wherever you stuck at, that's basically letting you know that this is the range of players that they're in the same boat with you. So until you level up, until you get better with like matchup experience, better anti-air, better spacing, you're gonna be plateaued in that area for a good minute. But once you start escalating in all these fields of the game, then you'll start going up high on the MR list. This also deals with consistency. I feel like consistency plays a good part. You could be on fire one day, you could be cold the next day. You may think you're bad, but everybody got these cold days. So both of them definitely play a big part. So yes, it's pretty accurate. This is hands down the most aggravating rank system / good rank matches I've ever dealt with. Alright, so Matt actually tweeted off of Miss Patricia's post and said, why is Perfect Parry so strong? I don't think it's so strong, but it's a good way to kind of like calm down the craziness that this game offers, right? So you have drive impact, you have buttons, like, you know, you have jab strings, frame traps, ways to basically deplete your drive gauge. But the parry system is there to kind of like negate that from happening. And if you manage to perfect parry, then you get rewarded with scaled damage. Now, of course, the downside to the perfect parry is to bait it out or throw it, which gives punish counter damage, which I think is like 20% more. Alright, so a normal throw does 1200 damage. This goes up to 2040. So that's pretty much the downside. If you see somebody always committing to parrying, then you should definitely be looking to throw them. Let's say somebody also enjoys going for the perfect parry as you jumping. Look to empty. Oh, look for an empty jump and then perfect parry. So it may seem strong if you're constantly not counterplaying it, right? If you're constantly playing until the perfect parry, then yeah, it's gonna look like it's probably the best mechanics in the game because you're not punishing it. You could definitely punish somebody for like always relying on that. So I feel like it kind of trades off, but I feel like if you perfect parry somebody and it's baited, they should actually get punish counter. I think that's the only thing that I won't change about it. If they just throw it out and they don't catch nothing, they should get punish counter. That's the only thing I would add. Brother Man Kelvin, why do certain players go for harder extended combos to end a round when a simpler, safer combo would likely secure the win? I've noticed more with Street Fighter 6 than even other fighting games recently. Flexing? Like, I feel like flexing, style points, and being extra safe that the combo that they're going for is going to kill. Now, I'm pretty sure Kelvin is probably talking about, say they had 20%, and they just whiffed the DP, right? Instead of doing something simple like this, they want to try and maximize it with probably about 2 drive rushes. They want to get maybe boom, boom, boom into this, boom, boom into that. You drop the combo. What's up? Into that. They want to be extra and do all this. So I feel like in this situation it's mainly for style points. Style points, flexing, and just feel like showing off. When you could have probably easily just jumped in, did that, boom, and then secured the round with that. Oh, even on level 2. Top concern: the amount of difference between character interactions, mainly the recovery speed before they can counter a DI with a DI. Some can punish a combo. No, some can punch a combo and still get the counter off, where others just eat the DI. So basically, balance issues for beginners. As far as I know, what you can DI back is mostly defined by the button you... Right. So if you're pressing like a jab or a special cancel medium, right, you can still catch it. But if you're getting caught pressing a button that you can't cancel, then you better hope you pressed it, or he pressed DI after, and you're able to still block it. But if his DI caught the early startup frames of that button that don't have a cancel, then that DI is going to win. I don't think there's too much of a insignificant balance issue on that. I think it's perfectly fine having a fair amount of buttons that can cancel and some buttons that can't cancel. Now, as far as Dee Jay, you know, most of my dude kit, most of his buttons just can't special cancel. But you know what? I'm gonna leave that for another day, because you know y'all just gonna start talking about, oh, here come the Dee Jay downplay. Big Nasty Kale, do you think Dee Jay should wear sneakers? I think that would be a proper way to balance his drive rush. He's too free to feel the rhythm. What you think? You know what? I feel like in his later on costumes that they're going to add into the game, I think these are like what? Low top loafers? So he got the shoes coming. Will it affect his drive rush? Absolutely not. Is this outfit real all the way good? Absolutely yes. It looked like it's similar to Balrog a little bit, but just a little bit more classy with more jewelry. Mr. Pink, how do I use 2 heavy punch as Dee Jay? Okay, that's a good question. Crouching heavy punch, 8 frame startup, and it's -2 on block. So as you can see, it's a real good space control button. Safe, so you could just throw it out. Can't special cancel it, so that's the only downside to it. It's real good for setting up space traps. So say that you got real good space traps to it. Yeah, standing medium kick. You can catch a medium so back. You can actually catch standing fierce, which is real good. It actually pushes yourself forward. Yeah, you could drive rush from right there. Yeah. So crouching heavy punch definitely come with good space traps. This button also allows you to still hold charge. So if they feel like they don't want to do either or and they rather jump, okay, cool. I'm still holding charge while I'm swinging this button. So the moment you jump, boom, jackknife. Now another good thing about it is that if it actually catches punish counter from a distance, you can actually confirm it's a heavy jackknife from max range. Yeah. In certain ranges, it may look like it's gonna miss, but it never do. So the jackknife is real good to confirm if you're at a range to where standing fierce won't allow you to link standing light kick. What are some tips to make the transition easier from pad to hitbox? What are some tips for Dee Jay to deal with Ike, Delson, Blanca, and Honda? Transitioning from pad to hitbox. Well, one thing I will say is that it's obvious when you're playing with a pad, you're mainly using your thumbs and your 2 index fingers to maintain readiness on the top triggers, right? So you're basically going from always using 4 fingers to using all the fingers. So the transition for surely is not easy, but nothing can be impossible as long as you commit time to it, right? So using all fingers. So I think the threshold for learning hitbox, I would say give or take 3 months. Yeah, 3 months. Some people may say 4 months, but 3 months is a good thresh to like really, yeah. Prime tip number 1, do not respect this character. I'ma just straight up say it. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I ain't gonna make it sound strategic. It's really no true need to respect this character. Your main objective in this game, well, in this matchup, is to rush her down. You gotta take advantage of the fact that she don't have a true reversal. I mean, yeah, once you get level 1 or level 3, you have to give her some respect then. But if she don't have meter, you could throw on wake up. You could go for a lot of shimmies too, because most people feel like the throw is coming, so they're probably going to backdash or go for something sketchy just because they know EX slide is a thing. But DJ, like, you really want to just get on this character and rush her down. Like, you can fight the fireball off for a good minute, but be worried because she's able to go into a little snake stance and then, you know, leap at you. So you definitely want to play a mind game with that to bait that out. But other than that, really truly just get on her and do not let her breathe. I feel like against Delsum, you don't really never want to throw a fireball until they throw a fireball. I mainly try and combat once I see his fireballs come out. I normally throw a double once I see him start up one, just so that second one could get through. Sometimes when I see a fireball, I'll throw an EX just to get that pressure rolling. They have a string that they like to do. That one, yeah. They do that one. Please do not let them get away with this. That's a free EX. They cannot do this string whatsoever. You could be close, you could be far, but as long as that button hits you and you see that fireball come out, please throw an EX. Blanca, whew, try not to get randomed out. I gotta play that matchup more. I tend to play that matchup hella patient and just be ready to combat the chances that they willing to take. Cause Wolf told me personally that he tend to have more of an issue with the DJs that play patience. Cause it's obvious Blanca wants to get on you and just mix you like crazy. So if you can check the chances that they have to take, then you can return the game to neutral where you want it to be at. The inputs are not coming out. I feel your pain on this. Mr. K. Powen, homie said, the rematch is so fast that it gives me whiplash. I've been trying to sit at the post-match screen longer at offlines, but what should I be thinking about during that time? Just sitting there ends up feeling like a panic attack where my heart rate is elevated. All right, so if we're talking about offline events, you're not rushed whatsoever. You're not obligated to ready up at nobody's will. So just because you sitting at that screen and the other person's ready, you don't have to ready up. So within that time, you should actually be thinking about how you lost, right? Because if you're having a panic attack, it's obvious you're posting this pertaining to when you took an L, right? So before you ready up, you should be thinking about where you got hit at, what is this person doing, in which situations did he throw me, did he go for a shimmy? Like, just take note to situations that he put you in, and you should be thinking about counter measurements to make sure that you're ready for the counterplay, to make sure that you don't get put in that same situation again in game 2. Now, not saying that it can't happen again, but you want to try your best to make it minimal at him being able to win again. So that transition between game 1 and game 2, you should definitely be thinking about what happened game 1 and how you can fix it to where you could most likely probably win game 2. Thoughts on the checkability of Dry Rush? My personal thoughts on this, I low-key hate it, because sometimes, say for example, you're going against Yuri, you at this mid-range combat, they do their personal favorite, right? They do their personal favorite, Dry Rush, standing medium kick. So because her Dry Rush is one of the best in the game, you're either probably going to check it, or you're going to get hit just like this, right? Or it might trade. You might catch a clean hit. It's inconsistent, which throws me off, because if I myself mistime it, I most likely just lost the game, right? I most likely just lost the game. But if I check it, then bada bing, bada boom. I just won the round, or I just won the game, and now I'm going to the next fight. Certain characters, it's easier to check versus others. Now, of course, the 2 characters that's on the screen have one of the best dry rush in the game. I hate it, man. I love it at the same time. But it's a big if. In Dee Jay's favor, I would have to just spend meter on EX to guarantee my punish. Because once they commit to the drive rush, then 9 times out of 10, I can't punish it. Unless you're Dee Jay. Dee Jay is actually able to drive rush and then sway back and bait your punish and punish you for trying to punish me. I think Dee Jay's the only character that can do it pretty consistent unless somebody cut it short like a quick jab. Alright, so Big Sif said, if you have a chance to tweak dry rush, what would you do and why? Okay, so I think everybody on Twitter was once mentioning that if they remove the freeze frame, that would fix dry rush. So before I said, I quote tweeted it and put, yeah, go ahead and remove the freeze. It's what the people want. Y'all think y'all hate Dee Jay now. So go ahead and take a look at what people been asking for this whole time, if y'all haven't seen it already. Look how fast that dry rush is. Oh, it sounds much well. Oh, just take a look at it. Do y'all really want that? Do y'all really want to deal with an instant dry rush that's on you in a split second? The freeze frame is actually helping us, is what people tend to not want to understand. But because it eats our inputs, they want it removed. So if y'all want it removed, this will be the update that y'all asking for. An instant dry rush. Oh yeah, as a Dee Jay main, I'm all for it. Go ahead and remove it. Go ahead and take it off. Why does it feel like whenever I'm transitioning from walking forward or running, mainly with Rashid, to blocking that it's slow, or I just get hit all the time? I either get hit or I'm not blocking in time to be safe. Yeah, so I think this is a micro step answer. You're probably committing to the walk forward and not snapping back to the block in time enough to block. Because Street Fighter has always been good at having fluid movement when it comes down to walk speed. Alright, Brother Darkness. Is the best thing to do when I perfect parry is follow it up with a grab? It seems pretty useless to me. This is a really good question. So, say your back is to the wall. Say your back is to the wall and you land a perfect parry, right? A back throw is real important because you now have the corner position where you want your opponent at. Now, you don't always have to commit to a back throw. Like, say you have a character with a side switch built in. You could just do that. I wouldn't really want to spin the meter in this situation because it'll be coming off a perfect parry, so the damage will be scaled. So yeah, perfect parry back throw, I would never say it's useless. It just depends on the situation that you have created. So if you perfect parry once again while your back is to the wall, boom, perfect parry is real good. I wouldn't suggest spinning meter just a side switch because the damage isn't necessarily worth it unless you're going for the kill with level 3 or a super that you know will end the round. Now, if you're mid-screen, don't go for a throw. If you're mid-screen and you perfect parry, then you definitely want to catch a button that's going to give you that punish counter. You want to catch a button that's going to give you that punish counter and, you know, get the damage that you'll normally get. How are they going to nerf Dee Jay? Man, bro, why did I just know somebody was going to say it? How are they going to nerf Dee Jay? Why would we nerf Dee Jay? Dee Jay is the most fair and balanced character in the game, big fella. What is wrong with Dee Jay, man? He just feeling the beat. He just having fun. He ain't trying to do no wrong to nobody. He just trying to get his groove on. I ain't answering this. Ain't no need to nerf Dee Jay. You tripping. Why the ever is nobody telling Ken to shave? He looks homeless. Man, that man is focused on fighting. Alright, y'all, so we have a few more comments to read on YouTube and that'll wrap it up. Mr. Shin Tensei said, should raw dry rush stay the same or cost more? I'm already used to it, but I know some people think it should cost $1.50. So when they say raw dry rush, I'm assuming dry rush off the parry, right? You know, I low-key feel like this probably should cost more. Because if it costs more, we wouldn't have to deal with dry rush as much. Because it costs a 1 whole bar, we technically have to deal with it 6 times. Let's just say they don't do drive impact and they don't do EX, right? Say they spend all their meat on dry rush. We technically have to deal with it 6 times. I feel like if it did cost slightly more, that'll reduce the amount of times that we have to see it, and we wouldn't have to be so concerned about it at just point blank times in neutral. So I feel like that'll make the fights a little bit more orientated around footsies, but probably not as much. DJ specific. How do you choose mix-up on offense? I feel like I always choose good options fairly frequently, but always get stuffed or don't get a reward off hits. So choosing mix-ups on offense always depend on who you fight. And no, I'm not talking about character, I'm talking about the player, right? I score my first knockdown of the fight and I decide to throw them. And they tech, right? Okay, so I just gathered a piece of information. This person is looking for the tech as soon as they wake up. So that's gonna give me two options, right? Either go for a shimmy or try and delay my buttons to where I could catch the timing on when they're throwing out the tech and I could catch a counter hit for them teching at the wrong time, right? Say I throw them that one time, I throw them two times, boom, they tech twice, all right, cool. My third wake up, guess what? It's gonna be a shimmy option to see how dedicated they really are to that tech option. So if they still dedicated, they about to eat some good punish damage combo. No, some perfect punish counter, my bad. I'm getting tongue tied. Like say you notice that your opponent not anti-air. Alright, cool. So I'm gonna keep jumping. Each time I jump, I'm gonna probably go for a throw. I'm gonna do a slight walk up to try and catch a delay option. I'm gonna go for lows, go for overheads, go for throws, go for jab into the tick throws, go for jabs into some shimmies. Just taking note to what they handle and don't handle. And of course, once you land a hit, you gotta be ready to hit confirm. That's another thing. Now that's easier said than done, right? Everybody can't just pick up and hit confirm. This is very important. Sometimes it's not even about exactly hit confirming. It's just about being willing to spin that dry rush at the end. So you can either apply pressure or just confirm the hit confirm. Ryan Godson, how do you approach each ranked match? In a 2 out of 3, it feels like a lot of people go crazy and try to random you out. I try to play patient but get smoked by gimmicks or ultra aggressive players. I'm Diamond 1 if that helps. Woo! TED Talk. The way I approach each match, I feel like I tend to start out slow unless I have a mindset of I'm about to start out with a dry rush and see how you react to it. Like, are you gonna throw out a perfect parry? Are you gonna actually check the dry rush? Like, what are you gonna do? But normally I'll start off slow and just see how they set their tempo for the match, and then I'll go off of that, right? See how they handle what I do. But if they tend to go crazy, I feel like I kind of get put in that situation where I wanna counterplay myself. But Street Fighter 6, going on the defensive and trying to counterplay, I feel like it kind of gets me put in sticky situations way faster versus trying to push the pace. Because Street Fighter 6 offers and promotes offense more than defense, because as we already know, blocking actually depletes drive gauge, which is already a downside, which actually encourages somebody to want to use parry more often. Getting hit by fireballs, like all that is just kind of like bad, right? So I definitely would say fight fire with fire. Like, don't get caught sitting still, because you don't want to get put on that receiving end. I don't know if this kind of question applies, but I came into Street Fighter 5 late. How does the 1 character every 3 month system in Street Fighter 6 compare to 5? Like, pace wise, are we moving faster or slower? I forgot the timing on a new character in Street Fighter 5, but a new character every 3 months in 6 seems pretty consistent. Alright, Blue Leader, what's the best way to fix bad habits? I swear I tell myself stop doing something, but when the match starts, I immediately do it. Alright, so it's sad to say this, but you actually have to take a certain amount of errors and L's of you doing the same thing over and realizing that you're losing because of it before it gets, you know, hit into your head that you need to start doing it. So you're gonna like slowly start noticing that you're doing the right options. You might miss it a few times, but you're actually trying now. It's starting to slowly come out now, and now you have the muscle memory to where it's just second nature now. So it's something that's actually trial and error to just fix bad habits. You can't just wake up and just be like Houdini, right? Doesn't work like that. I feel like every player to a certain extent deal with bad habits until they just wash it away. Is playing on a PS5 controller a disadvantage? I want to say yes, because I heard the PS5 pad is booty. The D-pad is kind of iffy. I didn't like it as much when I was playing on it. I think the PS4 pad is better. I'm actually using the Victrix now. I mean, yeah, I'm not saying you can't make it work, but according to popular community demand, most say it's kind of bad. Alright, Ayo Venom. Dude, please show me how to cancel medium Sobat into level 3. I'm struggling out here. I got you, fam. The medium Sobat is a down forward, right? And the level 3 is a down back, down back. So you definitely want to have your execution on point for this in order to get this to come out. So you want to press medium Sobat one time and then quickly go right back to down back twice in order to get it to cancel before the kick finishes. So it's just execution. Now, how to make this easier? I'm sorry, you can't really make it easy. The inputs are going in 2 different routes. So medium Sobat is going down forward, and then the level 3 is going down back, down back. You just gotta. Homie said, how do I stop the chaos of constant RPS? Spin knuckle, dragon lash, jump, DI, DR jab, Kim teleport, slide. Every second of every match is just F it. We ball into coin flip, OK into coin flip, whatever. Crouch, medium kick, dry rush, simulator, neutral, guess on offense if they EXDP, super mash, DI, guess on defense between strike, throw, shimmy. It's not even soft from losing. My win rate is 70% or higher on every character, but I just feel nothing. Okay, so my low forward hit 1 frame faster than theirs, so now they have to guess. Well, guess I win, who cares? I guess my question is, how do people in High Masters consistently beat diamonds? How do you guess better? I am missing something fundamentally because rounds just feel like we're rolling dice. Well, I mean, it's kind of hard to explain guessing. It's kind of hard to explain guessing because at the end of the day, it's a guess. Everybody guessed wrong, everybody guessed right. Everybody have rounds where they get perfect. Everybody have rounds where they go down the last hit, last round where every option just, couldn't open the opponent up. Trying your best to avoid a sticky situation as long as possible. Now, when it comes down to checking DI, that's just pure reactions on you as a person. Can you react to each one? You got to put your mind to the test. Dragon Lash, I mean, you could drive impact that if you react to the startup. Spinning Knuckle, you can actually jab the startup. Yeah, so there's answers to everything, but in the heat of battle, it's just, can you react to it? Counter measurement to just about everything in this game, it just depends on if you could check it in a real battle. I'm gonna start catching that with Fierce. Oh, I'm gonna start catching that with Fierce. Hold on. Oh, yeah, hold on. I'm teaching myself something while I'm up here answering y'all questions. I normally check this with jab because it's, fast and consistent. Ooh, hold on. I might, ooh. So yeah, just about everything that you listed in this question is just based on if you could check it in a real fight. Spinning Knuckle, you could check the startup. Dragon Lash, you could drive impact the startup. Jump, you can anti-air. DI, you have to react with your own DI or press a button, slow it down and react in. Dry rush jab, you could catch that with perfect parry. Good luck doing that because you might get thrown off the dry rush, so it's still a mix right there. You can actually DP the startup on dry rush if you're fast enough. Teleport slide, if you could react to the smoke, you could punish it. But yeah, coin flip is the name of fighting games, man. Hopefully I answered everybody's question with full thought. I definitely tried to give full intention to everybody. Truly do appreciate everybody who gave me something to answer, because at first you didn't even have to, but you know what, you took time out of your busy schedule to do it. So as always, I truly do appreciate it. So if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, turn that post notification bell on, and I will see you in the next one. I am done talking. Jesus. How long did I talk? Jesus Christ, bro.